Mr. Naruhodo!
Yes, my lord. Oh, that
You were not wearing that a year ago.
You become something of a manservant around here. Start on the silverware next, Mr. Naruhodo. I can't. I'm sorry. I was too busy laughing. Just wow, Sholmes.
No shame. But I was just about to go to the Supreme Court.
Oh, well, that sounds fun too. You're going to take me there then.
Just point the gun at me. Okay. All right, fine. Just
You will take me there. This is not a question.
lower that weapon, would you? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney 2 in Case 3. I don't have to say Case 2 anymore. Yay! We're here to talk with Lord Strongheart about various things, I guess.
Ace Attorney 2, Case 3, Video 2.
Yes. I'm gonna present my armband, because that's what we always do. By the way, Lord Strongheart, about this.
The symbol of a defense lawyer in the Japanese judiciary.
Oh, I didn't expect you to know that.
I am literally organizing a symposium that spans the globe, Mr. Naruhodo. We never accept foreign students before first researching the legal systems of their home countries. But such trinkets are merely for show. The only true measure of your worth is your performance in court.
Yes. Right.
How would you grade him thus far?
Solid B.
It could be worse, I guess.
Above average, but maybe stop sharing government secrets.
I only did it once.
Then that's what docked you the whole grade.
I actually came here today to ask for your permission.
Go on.
Six months ago, my right to work in court as a lawyer was revoked, and I was told to spend time studying. Obviously, I'm very sorry for what happened, but the thing is, it made me understand what it really means to defend somebody under the rules of a foreign justice system. And I desperately want to have another go. Please, permit me to enter the courtroom again.
Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes? Ugh, here it comes.
I'm sure you haven't forgotten your position here, have you? At best, you are a substitute for your compatriot. This was never your intended role.
Well, that's true. The Japanese government actually sent my best friend on this study tour, not me. It should have been Kazuma. He was so determined to bring change to our own justice system at home. That was his calling. If that tragic accident hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here in this office now. Mr. Asogi was my best friend, you see. That's why I can't leave it unfinished. I have to fulfill his calling for him.
His calling, you say? Has it never occurred to you that perhaps you know nothing of his true calling?
Sorry?
The mission with which that young law student was charged. What do you suppose it really was?
Huh? What do you mean? Mission? He's not making any sense.
Never mind. I've read all the reports you've submitted over the past 6 months. It's clear to me that you regret your actions and have been studiously obeying your revised instructions.
Do you mean...
As of this moment, I reinstate your license to practice law here in Castlevania,
What, huh?
in Great Britain.
Same thing. Same thing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. But what's Castlevania?
Do not worry about it.
That's wonderful news, Runo.
In fact, I believe I have the perfect case to mark your comeback. A curious affair. You'll consider it, I hope?
Of course. Please, tell me more. You
Man,
described
forget the symposium. I want to know about this curious affair.
You described it as a curious affair.
Yes, that's right. I believe it was reported in the press. Are you aware that there was a serious accident at the Great Exhibition yesterday?
Oh, no. Iris said it this. Okay.
Yes, I read about it. A professor from Germany tried to carry out a crazy experiment. Let me see. How was it described? Super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, I think.
Instantaneous kinesis? As in, moving things with a click of the fingers?
That's right. It's just what my herbal blends need. A dash of devil may care.
Oh! Okay, game. That is totally a localization thing. I see what they try to do. Whatever this... What?
I don't get it, but go on.
Devil may care, devil may cry.
Devil May Care was a phrase before Devil May Cry was a thing?
Yeah, but this was not in the... This was definitely not in the original script, I'll give you that. That was...
Alright, that's valid, that's valid.
They intentionally put that because they're Capcom.
Alright.
So that just
Where's
makes it
Dante?
funnier.
Well, Dante, show up. We gotta get Dante in this. We gotta get Mega Man in this. We gotta give you all the references in this now. Come on. Monster Hunter.
Great Ace Attorney with Dante.
We are the Great Exhibition. Lots of inventions
King Arthur. The dude from that one game that I forget, but he had the sunglasses on.
You realize how little that narrows it down?
The blonde-haired guy with the sunglasses. He was in the Project Cross Zone.
Captain Commando?
That guy.
Okay, I thought he was talking about Wesker.
Again,
No,
do you realize how
Evil.
little that narrows it down?
Anyway, devil may care. Be sure to check out our exclusive virtual hugging simulator.
Whatever this serious accident was exactly, it's clearly captured Iris's imagination.
It's an unfortunate business. A large explosion engulfed the public experimentation stage. A man lost his life. A certain Mr. Odie Asman. Do you know how hard it was for me to not say ass man?
Honestly, I'm expecting you to slip at some point. I'm expecting any of us to slip with that
I
name.
had to, I was about to say it, and then I
Odie
made the conscious decision to, no, that can't be it. And it's like, no, I need you all to know the amount of restraint it took.
What is that a pun of?
Odious.
Odiasman?
Odious.
I think it's Odious Man.
Yeah, odious.
Oh.
I think that's the joke,
Yeah, that is the joke.
Yeah.
I am Mo at the bar. You would call for Hugh Jazz, and I would just assume someone is called that. So,
A certain Mr. Odie Asman, an investor and a well-known figure in society.
A large explosion.
A man died?
that's what happens in most of these cases, Iris. I hate to break it to you.
Hey,
I mean-
nobody, well, yeah,
Actually,
nobody died.
Olive Green didn't die.
Olive Green didn't die, and
Champ Spear didn't die.
yeah, hold up.
Look. Shannon was gonna die anyways.
That doesn't count.
Listen, Sham Spear not dying and you wanting Sham Spear to die are not the same thing, alright?
It's my head canon. I can do what I want.
Sorry.
The man responsible for the experiment was Professor Albert Hairbrain.
See, that pun I get.
He was detained immediately after the incident and is due to appear in court tomorrow. On the charge of murder.
What? Murder?
Yes.
Someone
murder.
died. What do you think his charge is going to be?
You intend to take on his defense. You should hurry to meet with him at the prison. I'm sure you're familiar at this point. You've been there plenty of times. There's very little time left for you to carry out any kind of investigation.
The Great Exhibition. A scientific experiment gone wrong and murder? I feel out of my depth before I even started. Still.
It should be familiar to you. It's literally all your cases so far.
You won this, Naruhodo. It's your own fault.
We should go to the prison straight away then, and try to meet with this German professor, don't you think?
Definitely.
Yes. One more thing about the case.
Okay, Uncle.
There's a connection with our mutual acquaintance, the Reaper.
Oh! With Lord Van Zeeks? How? And he doesn't
We'll find out
answer.
later, I guess.
I know.
We'll talk about that later. Anyway, all sorts of conferences have been taking place around the world to coincide with the Great Exhibition. And next month, the largest and most important of them all will take place at last.
What?
The International Forensic Science Symposium.
Or, the IFS for short.
It does seem as though criminal investigation needs to embrace scientific methods, doesn't it?
Exactly. You get it, Mr. Naruhodo. You get it. London, the global epicenter of culture, science, and wealth, now has a population exceeding 6 million. Sadly, crime in the capital is growing at a similarly startling rate. So it's imperative that we use the latest scientific methods to investigate and resolve cases as efficiently as possible. Don't you agree, tiny girl with gun?
Huh?
Exactly. Which is what's known as forensic science. Wait, no, that's not me. Oh, my God. My apologies, Mr. Naruhodo.
He's wasting whose time now?
It's alright. I like people reading my lines. It's perfectly fine. Which is what's known as forensic science, isn't it? Emma will be so
Exactly. The future of policing.
proud. Emma would be happy right now.
Right.
Regrettably, however, Britain is currently dragging its feet when it comes to the adoption of forensic methods. You're aware you were in that flashback.
Oh dear. That's alarming.
I mean, you have a dude out there who's really trying to pioneer it, but you guys all go, well, he's crazy, so we're not listening to him.
I mean, have you met Sholmes? He's crazy.
Crazy like a fox.
Exactly.
Like a
Crazy like a fox. It's extremely alarming.
Oh!
I love Strongheart. I love this voice for Strongheart. I love voicing Strongheart. If I were Her Majesty's Attorney General, you can be sure the numbers of crimes committed and resolved in London would be very different to the current figures. And I can cite 12 solid arguments and 223 individual reasons to support my claim.
You don't have to. Sorry?
I've done the research, Mr. Naruhodo. I've read the studies. By way of apology for keeping you waiting earlier, I shall detail every one now.
You really don't have to. Huh?
Oh! How fascinating!
It all began 15 years ago. I was... Castlevania. Miserable pile of secrets. How about you? Yeah, more or less.
Naruhodo, if you asked for this and he was like, "Here, I'll oblige," and you decide, "I'm gonna space out,"
that more or less sums up my feelings on the matter. In the simplest of terms, of course, I wouldn't want to bore you. Essentially, to formally establish a forensic investigation division within Scotland Yard. That is my mission.
Oh, right, yes. That's wonderful.
Exactly. Wonderful is precisely what it will be.
Iris, meanwhile. Iris isn't paying attention at all. She's got her nose in another book now.
Yeah, this ain't about her. This is about you.
Oh, is it over? Did you learn anything useful?
I actually drifted off for the most part. He's surprisingly ardent about forensic science. Okay, cool. Thanks for
look, we learned nothing. Alright.
That sounds about right, honestly. Oh, that reminds me. Have you seen this?
The reports of the overwhelming success of the Great Expedition? Of course!
Oh, no, not that. The story on the back page.
What story? The Reaper attacked. Ah, that. You've enjoyed some victories in court against my #1 prosecutor, have you not?
Oh, Mr. Reaper. What happened to him? He wasn't killed, was he?
There's no need for concern. Lord Van Six would not be so easily dispatched, I assure you.
You know what I don't think they've done yet in an Ace Attorney game? Kill off the prosecutor in the middle of a trial? Of a case? They should do that. Make
Have
that
they killed off the defense attorney in the middle of the case?
No, I don't think so.
No, Mia dying doesn't count. They weren't in the middle of the case.
No. I was going to say Gregory, but then I remember he got killed at the end of his case, so no. I don't think so. Gregory Edgeworth.
Oh.
The dad. Edgeworth's dad. Did you read this? I forget.
No, I did.
Okay, sorry. I was like thinking there. Can you tell us what happened? I'd really love to know.
Very well, if it interests you.
It does. Strangely. Yeah, I'm like, why do you care so much, Ryunosuke? I mean, Basics hasn't exactly been very...
He's just that bored. He wants information.
That's true, but also I'm sitting here like, I'm just like, man, Baruch has not demonstrated any gesture where he gives a shit about you, Rio. So like, why are you caring so much?
Maybe it's that. Maybe it's stubbornness. Maybe it's just like, you know what? If he doesn't care, I'm gonna care extra hard just to show him wrong. Fortunately, Lord Van Seeks emerged from the attack unscathed. Street ruffians are no match for that man. I mean, have you seen him? He literally has infinite wine at all times. He basically has a weapon at the ready whenever. He's a very capable fighter.
But that's incredible. They were armed with guns.
Yes, but he was armed with wine. It was really a one-sided affair.
Why was he attacked, though? Do we know?
It's related to the events that occurred a month ago. The leader of one of the capital's criminal organizations was indicted and prosecuted by Van Six. The man was acquitted. I've no doubt large sums of money were involved behind the scenes.
Large sums of money?
Yes, large sums of money. I just said that. A deplorable situation. Members of the jury were bribed, it seems. However, despite winning his freedom, the man in question met a dramatic end yesterday.
But you're not suggesting that was the work of the Reaper. Surely.
The victim's henchman clearly seems to think so. He was a man by the name of Asman. Mr. O.D. Asman.
Wait, but is it what?
Did you say Asman?
That's the man who died in the big explosion at the Great Exhibition.
Yes, known publicly as an investor, but in reality, the head of a significant criminal organization.
Unbelievable. I wonder, could I ask you something, Lord Strongheart?
Try me.
Why do you use Lord Van Zeeks as a prosecutor? All the criminals who manage to get off in court then meet with mysterious ends outside the courtroom. And fearful
Except
of
for
that...
Soseki. Good job, Soseki, you did it.
And Gina! Gina made it out! She's okay
Well,
too!
okay, I forgot about her, okay? We haven't seen her in a long time.
And
Sad about
fearful of that fate, they seek to strike at Lord Van Zeek first. I know there's no evidence that he's actually is the Reaper in that sense, but still. Something's clearly going on here.
Van Zeek's work for the prosecution service for 2 reasons. Firstly, the man is the best prosecutor in the capital, bar none. Secondly, any deaths of criminals that have occurred outside the courtroom following his trials are nothing to do with him.
But,
Thirdly, the wine. The wine is really good.
but that doesn't make sense. How can you explain the way so many have died if not by someone's hand?
Van Zeeks may have earned himself the moniker of the Reaper, but he is no killer. So he will continue to prosecute on behalf of the crown. Unless he wishes otherwise, of course. Well, I must be leaving for my next engagement. I'm already 11 hours and 16 minutes late. My colleagues may be starting to fidget.
Your colleagues may be sleeping.
11 hours late? That's quite something.
Yeah, see, my explanations about forensic science may have run a little long. The simplest
A
terms, of
little,
course.
I'm sure.
That meeting had already started when I arrived back here for this engagement with you. So lateness was inevitable. Time stops for no man.
I'm sure it stopped for me during those 12 solid arguments and 223 reasons. Oh, yeah. Where would I find Lord Van Zeeks now?
I would assume he's at his office.
Right. I'll go and ask him about the attack in person. I want to get this straight from the horse's mouth.
Yes, go talk to the racist prosecutor about why he was attacked.
I know, right? I'm just sitting here like, I know you can be concerned, but this is extremely concerning.
I'm just imagining Ryunosuke just going up, Mr. Van Zeeks, are you alright? Van Zeeks just telling him, to buzz off while flipping him the bird, and Ryunosuke's like, yeah, he's okay.
Mr. Van Zeeks, are you okay? Van Zeeks pulls out a wine bottle. It's like, oh, okay, he's fine. He's
Yeah.
fine. Others don't come in. He's fine.
Away with you now. I'm leaving Professor Hairbrain's defense entirely in your hands.
Of course. Yes. Thank you very much, my lord.
I am definitely noticing the puns a lot more in this case.
Oh, trust me, the puns were there. Oh, we're not going to see Van Zeeks? Okay.
We need to
We gotta
talk.
go check on our client first, obviously.
The 22nd October. Look, he cares, but Ryunosuke doesn't care that much, okay? We gotta go deal with our own thing. Local prison, cell 11. Warden said cell 11. That's this one.
Oh, there's someone curled up in a ball in the back corner. Look.
What's his name again? Professor Albert Hairbrain, wasn't it? Excuse me, Professor Hairbrain. That's really funny to say out loud.
Who are you?
I'm Ryunosuke.
I know ya!
Was it something I said?
I know ya, you say.
I didn't even get to finish, but sure.
What should be here? About the experiment? Are you going to defend my hypothesis?
Your hypothesis? Sorry,
Yesterday's demonstration! The magnificent demonstration was... It was an out success by anyone's calculations! But despite that, no one listens! No lawyer believes in the science! When it's explained, they all leave at high velocity.
now's probably not a good time to mention that your zeal made my concentration leave for a while, too.
Oh, please, you've dealt with Soseki.
Yeah,
It's like,
Why playing the newspaper
Nirinosuke,
first?
shut up. You've dealt
You know
with
what?
with Soseki Natsume.
it's fine, I'm gonna present it anyway.
Alright. How could this have happened?
You must feel awful. As well as a man losing his life, the Crystal Tower was greatly damaged too.
I know what happened. It must have been that.
That?
The day before the demonstration, I had my usual meal in Frankfurters at the hotel restaurant. When I paid the bill, they gave me 3 shillings too much and change. But instead of saying anything, I just slipped the coins into my pocket. They're still there now. It's divine retribution for my wrongdoing. That's what it is.
For a scientist, he has some very illogical antidotes. Long and illogical.
No. I get what he's cooking. I understand his feeling entirely.
This is what I meant to present. I don't know why I meant to present the newspaper over there.
That's what I think. Yes.
Oh, I don't like that mocap. I don't like it.
In Japan, where I come from, it's the symbol of a defense lawyer. Wearing it is very bracing, I find. Okay, that's his choice of word.
Your words make some sense to me, but they're entirely illogical.
I'm sorry, you were talking about divine retribution like 5 seconds ago. I don't want to hear about illogical from you.
What do you mean?
Well, for example, I find this whole laboratory coat that I wear for my work very bracing too. However, in my case, there's a perfectly logical reason for that feeling.
Oh, really? What is it?
I purchased the wrong size by mistake. This one is too small for me. The sleeves, especially, are extremely bracing. I can barely move my wrists.
That's what you call logical, is it?
Of course! It's entirely logical. That's science, Mr. Naruhodo.
No, that's not. No.
Did Naruhodo ever tell his name to this guy?
No, but it's because I was presenting things before. Yeah, he did. He did introduce himself.
Okay.
He just, he got interrupted. You mentioned a demonstration yesterday.
The papers have called it a spectacular failure. After all, a man died in the explosion, didn't he?
You said it, buddy.
You could determine the results that way if you really wanted to. But I suppose this is. The experiment was a failure, but at the same time it was a great success.
You've lost me.
I saw it with my own eyes, right there in front of me. Mr. Asman was spontaneously disassembled. Until then, everything was going exactly as my calculations had predicted. At that point, I should have been beamed into the Crystal Tower by instantaneous kinesis. However,
The machine exploded, and Mr. Asman in fact perished?
Why is this just the plot of the third Layton game?
Sure.
What?
Sure.
I can't deny that this experience was a failure.
Okay, there's no time traveling involved though.
It's displacing someone from where
Goodbye, KV.
they currently are to somewhere else. It's displacing someone from where they currently are to somewhere else.
Maybe that was a big thing back in the day. I say this, but I think Layton takes place in modern, but it's very steampunky. And it gives me like...
Layton takes place in whatever time period they
it
feel
wants
like.
to be. So what you're really saying is, the large explosion that killed Mr. Asman was an accident, correct?
But the bigwigs had you arrested on suspicion of murder.
I was responsible for the man's death. This is a mutable truth here. And for that, I wish to be punished. At once. But... Murder? Never have been in years! It was an accident. Simply an accident.
I see.
Hurley and I were talking this morning, you know. He said the situation would change completely depending on whether it was treated as an accident or murder.
How exactly?
Murder's premeditated, dude.
If it really was an accident, then the professor's machine would be kept in protective custody.
On what grounds?
Ah, yes. It's newly established and addicted with special dispensation for the Scientific Equipment Act.
I love these long names. That one passed me by.
But the case is treated as murder. Then they'll say...
Oops, sorry.
The same image was the mental weapon, and nothing of it poured over as much as they like. Examine them in detail, I'll find out how it's made, and then... they'll be able to copy my idea. My process hypothesis will be stolen. The machine must be protected from that at all costs. That's why it's imperative that the whole incident is shown to be an accident in tomorrow's trial.
I love this man's priority is not his own well-being. It is just protecting this machine.
Well, I get where he's coming from. He's like, okay, yeah, something bad did happen, but can we please change the charges on this? He's not saying that he did something wrong. He's not neglecting that he did something wrong. He's definitely saying, hey, yeah, something did go wrong, but can we just get the correct way of wrongness?
Ah, I see now. Well then, I think we're gonna stop here because we are.
You don't want to know about instantaneous kinesis. It's instantaneous.
Yeah, he's just gonna keep on talking regardless if we stop here or not. But anyway, we do need to stop here because we are a little bit over on the time. So we will continue talking to Mr. Hairbrain and find out what happened to Van Zeeks hopefully in the next video. See you all then.